The mansion was silent, its marble halls echoing only with the soft hum of the evening breeze. But in the grand master bedroom, billionaire CEO Alexander Grant lay stretched across his bed, eyes shut, chest rising and falling as though he were asleep. Except he wasn't. He was testing her. Her name was Emily. The shy maid who kept her head down, spoke in whispers, and worked harder than anyone else in his entire staff. Alexander had noticed her long before she realized. She was different. Unlike others who flaunted fake smiles and chased after his wealth, Emily avoided attention, as if she wanted to disappear in plain sight. And tonight, Alexander wanted to see her true character, when she thought no one was watching. Emily tiptoed into the room, carrying a fresh set of sheets. She paused, glancing at her employer resting peacefully. Her face softened, as though she were gazing not at the richest man in the city, but at a tired soul. Slowly, carefully, she began replacing the bedding, folding corners with meticulous precision. Alexander expected nothing unusual. Perhaps she would just do her job and leave. Maybe she'd even mutter complaints under her breath like some others did. But then, he felt her pause. Emily gently tucked the blanket closer around him, her hand hovering for a moment over his arm. Her lips quivered as if she wanted to say something. Then, in a voice barely above a whisper, she murmured. "You work too hard, sir. I know you're lonely. I pray you find peace, even if you never notice me." Alexander's heart tightened. Nobody had ever spoken to him like that, softly, without agenda, without greed. Emily turned to leave, but something made her stop. She glanced back at him, her eyes shimmering with unspoken pain. Slowly, she reached into her pocket and pulled out a small, worn photograph, creased at the edges. She placed it carefully on the nightstand beside him. It was a picture of a little boy. She whispered, "This is my brother, Daniel. He's sick, and I've been saving every penny to help him. Some nights I wonder if I'll ever make enough. But seeing you reminds me, no matter how heavy life gets, you just keep going. That's why I respect you." Then she bowed her head, wiped a tear from her cheek, and slipped out of the room. Alexander lay frozen, his chest burning. He had pretended to sleep to test her loyalty, but instead he had uncovered her truth. A maid who worked tirelessly, not for herself, but for a sick brother who depended on her. A girl who carried her burdens silently, without complaint, without expectation. For the first time in years, tears rolled down the billionaire's face. Not from sadness, but from the realization that true strength often lives in the quietest hearts. The next morning, Emily arrived as usual, broom in hand, eyes downcast. But when she stepped into the dining hall, she froze. At the head of the table sat Alexander, holding the photograph of her brother. "Emily," he said gently, his voice breaking. "You've given me something no amount of money could buy, humanity. From today, your brother's medical bills are mine to handle. He will have the best care in the country." Emily's knees buckled, and she clutched the table, speechless. Her eyes filled with tears, and for the first time, Alexander saw her smile, shy, trembling, but radiant. That night, as Alexander watched Emily laugh with her brother over a video call, he realized something profound: wealth could buy anything, except kindness. That was a treasure only found in pure souls like hers. And for Emily, she learned that even the loneliest hearts could be touched by compassion, that one small act of honesty could change the course of someone's life forever. In the end, it wasn't the billionaire who tested the maid. It was the maid who tested the billionaire's humanity. And she passed. Sparkle's message: true kindness doesn't seek recognition, it reveals itself in the quiet moments. Sometimes, the smallest gesture of compassion can break down the walls around even the hardest of hearts.